And so let's swing a little bit into a little bit of pop culture here, right? This is sad. So Rob and Michelle Reiner were murdered by their son Nick. They're saying his son Nick's hotel room full of blood after the murder. He's locked up on a $5 million bail, I believe. So Rick Reiner, who was under arrest for the murder of Rob and Michelle Reiner, checked into the Santa Monica hotel early Sunday morning, left a trail of blood behind. Nick checked into the Pierside Santa Monica 4 a.m. Sunday using his credit card. His check-in came hours after he got into a heated argument with his father at the Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. Eyewitnesses who saw Nick check in say he seemed tweaked out, but there was no visible signs he had been in a violent confrontation. We're told definitely no blood stains or cuts on his body. So this is the picture of his son. He's been basically having mental problems throughout the years. Nick was eventually tracked down and arrested 20 miles away in Exposition Park near downtown Los Angeles. So it says the Reiners had problems for years trying to help Nick kick his substance abuse, largely to no avail. I know they say he was living the streets at one point. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Have you ever met Rob Reiner? No.
No, no, but mental illness is a problem, and we have gotten nice so we don't treat it. Everybody has to be touched with kid gloves. So, oh my God, we can't even talk about it. We can't call them a nut job or crazy anymore. Not even challenged because it's not nice. But they kill. They cause a lot of problems, and too many of the institutions that we used to have are now long closed.
So, I mean, he stabbed him to death. And they're saying that they be- it's reports saying that, Rob Reiner's throat was slit or whatever. Um, that's serious. So,
It's serious. Taking people's life is serious, but humans have been doing it for a long, long time. If it's sanctioned, it's war on a mass scale, and you get a medal for it. If it's just individual, you go to jail for it most of the time.
well, Trump, he posted on Truth Social. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling, but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind crippling disease known as Trump Derangement Syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace.
Well, horror, absolute horror. And I unfortunately saw the video of it, and it's beyond belief what happened to him, and that should never happen to anybody. I don't care what your political beliefs are. That's not acceptable. That's not a solution to solving problems. And I felt like what his wife said at the service, that the memorial they had, was exactly right. And totally, I believe, I'm Jewish, but I believe in the teachings of Jesus, and I believe in doing to others, and I believe in forgiveness. And what she said to me was beautiful, and absolutely, when she forgave his assassin, and I think that is admirable.
And so I guess he was talking probably about Charlie Kirk. So yeah, so what do you think about Trump post? Do you think that was too insensitive?
Like I said, when it comes to news, I don't get all this sensitivity. Just give us the facts and the observations and the hard conclusions, and we need to learn to handle it. The world is not a nice place, so why fool people? That's that crap that started back with the liberal women years ago. I want happy news. Well, then I don't feel like being bothered with it. Tell me something that's interesting in terms of it's either noteworthy economically, politically, or something out of the ordinary that ought to galvanize people into tending to public order.
People are upset that Trump posted that because
Why? It's truthful. It's apparently truthful. Too much of that. They have been setting up a violent situation by raging against the president in a fashion that some years ago would have gotten them arrested for making threats against the president, which is against American law. They've been inciting people to get violent, and then when what they've been preaching gets followed, they seem to act like it's horrible. He expressed a remorse for the persons who met their demise, which was respectful, but he made a comment. They either do or they don't do that Trump derangement syndrome. It's like that's what's wrong with our cities right now. The Democrats have control of most of the major cities, but instead of doing something to make them economically prosperous and places of order, peace, and dignity, they do the exact opposite. And the only thing they have is we attack the boogeyman. So we go after the boogeyman, and you can have theft and death in your city. We don't care. But most important, we have to go after the boogeyman because we don't have anything affirmative to offer you. And we have failed at our responsibility to run things in a lawful, efficient, viable fashion. We just don't do it. So all we can say is go after Trump, go after Trump. He's the boogeyman. Well, actually, he looks like he's the one that's got the enema bulb in his hand, getting ready to stick it up the ass of the Republic and give it a good shot of whatever the juice is and get the shit out. I mean, it stinks when it comes out. So that's what we have.
So I just want to do a quick recap of his bio. Rob Reiner is politically, he was a liberal activist, co-founder of American Foundation of Equal Rights, which initiated the court challenges against California Proposition 8 that banned same-sex marriage in the state. He chaired
By the
the
way, that was on the California ballot several times and it passed overwhelmingly in California, but attacked it. But, so the California Supreme Court outlawed it, even though the people wanted it.
He played the son in Archie Bunker, All in the Family.
Who did that?
Rob Reiner. That was huh?
Okay. I don't remember him as that, but all right.
He was the son of Archie Bunker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the mustache and the long hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. He directed Misery, A Few Good Men, and Ghosts of Mississippi. He was in a lot of films.
I didn't see any of those. I don't think. Go ahead. Too bad.
Well, everyone knows him as, and what was his name? Let me look in the chat. Meathead. Okay, so was that was his the son? I'm sorry, the son-in-law. He was the son-in-law to Archie Bunker. And Archie Bunker always called him Meathead. Archie's son-in-law. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Um, you ever watch that show, All in the Family?
No, just once or twice to see what it was about.
What shows did you watch in the
I didn't
70s?
watch much television when I was in college.
Oh, you were
I
in college
watched
in the 70s?
years a law school where I was setting up a law practice for doing what I did. I watched Star Trek. It was a great idea. They lacked a good script writer because it was always kind of over moralistic and generally boring, except for a few of the moments when they had the real gonky looking monsters. And Kirk would always solve the problem by thought. And I always said, how in the world do you get a 25-year-old commanding a huge, several 100,000 ton vessel that's so expensive that in the storyline they could only afford 7 of them in the whole galactic enterprise? But,
Well, his character in All in the Family was Michael, but I
yeah.
guess
I
Archie
was
called.
just I don't know anything about that. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. I have a vague recollection, but I detest and despise sitcoms.
Oh my god! First of all,
I,
back in the day, those were the classic sitcoms. They were
I
better
couldn't
than
stand
now.
them. They made me revolted. They were too stupid. They weren't humorous. They were slapstick.
You have no sense of humor.
I have a sense of humor.
No, you
I
don't.
like
No,
humor.
you
I
do
do
not.
not like stupid.
Who told you you had a sense of humor? No,
I
you don't.
enjoy a good stand-up comic. I really
No.
enjoyed Richard Pryor.
Who's your favorite comic? Richard Pryor. Who else?
Was Richard Pryor, Arsenio, not Arsenio,
Eddie Murphy.
no. Um,
Exactly. You
he
can't even
got
think of.
canceled a couple of times. What is his name?
They all got canceled. If they're good,
Dave Chappelle.
okay,
I
that's
like
more
Dave
modern.
Chappelle. I
I'm talking about
liked,
when you were young, growing up. What did you?
well,
You
there
don't
were,
have to. Did you like Red Fox?
he was okay.
If you like Richard Pryor, you gotta like Red Fox.
I like Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was more sophisticated than Red Fox. Red Fox was okay. I like Dave Chappelle. Let's see.
Why
I
you
like
say Red Fox wasn't sophisticated?
no.
They
There
had the
were
same,
constraints on what you could tell as a joke back then.
and they broke all those rules. Richard Pryor and Red Fox. They wasn't.
Red Fox was back from the 1930s. They didn't break a whole lot of them
What
like
are you
that.
talking about? Red Fox was not what? He was probably borderline at times.
Well, Mom's Mabley and all of that bunch too, yeah. But I think the penultimate comedian was
He
Richard
was born in
Pryor, and I
1922.
think Ray Macias was also good, and Dave Chappelle. I like them. They're sophisticated wit.
What about Paul Mooney?
No,
Bernie Mac?
nah.
You
He
have no
tried
sense
as
of
an actor. He was a comic actor, but he wasn't.
no,
And
he
he
was
was
really
good. He
good.
was good at what he did. But I mean, as a stand-up comedian,
He was the best. He was one of the
no,
best.
he wasn't
That's
one
how
of
he
the best.
started.
I
Yes,
know,
he
but
was.
that he was a
No,
good.
yes, he
Look.
was.
That's your opinion, not mine. He was
Okay.
a great actor, a comedic actor.
What movies did he play in? You don't even know.
I didn't watch most of them, but
Exactly. So how do you
I
know he was a
saw
great
some of
actor?
his I saw some of his performances. They were pretty good, but I'm just
Where?
saying.
Where? What was the
You
most
asked
famous one?
me. I've been around a long time, but you asked me
You didn't even know
who
one
you
Bernie
asked
Mac
me
movie.
who I said were the best. Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Ray
And that's it.
Macias.
Who? What was that last one you said?
He was kind of a Hispanic or a Latino
What's his name
Richard
again?
Pryor. Macias.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
He did some really funny stuff. He was a radio DJ and he had a comedy thing on TV for a while.
All right.